Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chapter in the long legacy of the Big Ten Conference. It's a championship game in the new expanded Big Ten, and there are high stakes here. Not just a conference championship, but potentially positioning themselves for a run at the national championship with an automatic bid. Kickoff is fielded inside the 20. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. The Ducks offense making their way on the field to open this game. And as this quarterback takes the field, eager to see how he plays today, there's a certain gravity about him. You can tell from the warm-up song the way the team responds and rallies around him. Can he come through on a big stage here?
Yeah, this guy is their Superman. And when that opening kickoff is kicked up into the air, his cape goes on. He sets everything into place, gets the offense out of jams, does it in pressure situations. He's the arms and legs of this offensive system, but also the heart of this team. Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. First and 10 now for the offense. Quick throw, that's an RPO caught on the left side. Tackle made after the completion.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Boy, nice completion here by this Oregon offense to be able to show you it's not just about the quarterback's ability to run. Often you associate that with that Oregon quarterback, right? That dual threat guy that can run it. Do not forget about their ability to throw the football out in Eugene. Think about Darren Thomas, the career that he had. He started for a few years, took his team all the way to the national championship, made some big throws. And Justin Herbert, of course, enough said. We see it every NFL Sunday what he can do. 4-year starter for the Ducks. We're still seeing these Ducks quarterbacks being able to throw the football.
Just trucks the man. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big.
Oh, the pass is picked off.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. We're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. The poor decision by the quarterback, that's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
Fresh set it down for the offense, first down. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He's moving out of the pocket now. On the run, going to heave it downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here.
Well, that's got to be a breakdown in coverage or a missed assignment. There's no way that a receiver should be that wide open.
Quick completion to the tight end. Breaks the tackle. Now he's got room to run. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, this is what you see all over college football and even up, obviously, in the NFL. These tight ends, they're really recruited as big receivers, and they can get one-on-one matchups, and they've got speed after the catch. This is a short throw. You can see what he does after the catch, and he is a tough matchup for whether it's a safety, a nickel, or a linebacker.
All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. Football comes out. It bounces past the sideline, out of bounds, and they avoid the turnover there. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. And now the handoff. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And now the running back's got it again. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to throw. It's York. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Looks to the left, and it's complete. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. Snags the quick throw. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple of plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosiveness. A big run followed up by a big play through the air and puts a lot of pressure on this defense.
So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Looking to throw again. The pocket breaking down. And he's taken down behind the line. He's going to lose a yard or two.
But how about the push up front by the big fellas here? And when you can get pressure like this, that's what separates good defenses from great defenses. When you think back to the Michigan teams, when they've been exceptional, they've had defensive line played just like that.
Let's fly to the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Defense seems to be dialing up the pressure here. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
The key here to me is the receiver runs a precise route, and the timing is impeccable. Quarterback cannot hesitate, because if he does, it could be pick six going the other way.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. And the Ducks looking to punch it in here. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a 1st and goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no. They're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They break the huddle for 3rd and goal. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd downs this drive. Looking to pass. It's York. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon. Methodical but effective here. Probably one of the most impressive drives we've seen in a conference championship game.
Hey, I have to agree with you. Long drives like that are like a great painting. Slowly layering all the intricate facets until you have a masterpiece completed. That drive was put together in the same fashion. Just masterful execution on that drive.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. That one sails out of the back of the end zone at the touchback. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Running out of time in the pocket. And a senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. Quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
Backed up here, 2nd and long from the 15. And there's the handoff. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that 3rd down catch. The Wolverines will send the punt team onto the field. Looking to flip the field here. He'll field it close to the 50. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Now it's 2nd down here. Scanning the field, it's York. Close to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Boy, this is a big play by this offense. They go on the post route. It's a perfectly run route. It looks like the ball is going to be overthrown, but how about the receiver laying out to bring that one in for the big game?
Caught near the goal line. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Ball moved back to the 4 for 2nd and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's going to take off here. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down. How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Off the play fake, looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Goes to his right side there for the completion. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route to get some positive yards.
Short connection to the tight end here. This offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. And the Wolverines will have first and 10 here. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Just trying to get rid of it. That one sails incomplete. They're too far.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
He's escaping the pocket now. Oh, a throwaway there. Gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up third down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Incomplete for a third straight play.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long, and the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Going the other way, can they stop him?
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket. Breaking free at the 35. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
And this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
And it's incomplete even in a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for three, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. Like one more play here before halftime. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. They finally make the stop there after a huge gain, but that wraps up the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. 2 quarters down in the Big Ten Championship. A couple of incredibly worthy teams battling for their rightful place in the history of this great conference.
And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. And he'll set up to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. But a huge collision blow delivered there by the linebacker.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
That's a design quarterback keeper. Stop at the 43. This offense picks up another first down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land, depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you don't get a touchdown.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid game. Stay ahead of the chains.
Catch made on the left side. And the game just good enough for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. First down, looking to throw the ball. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
With a sack on first down, it's second down. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up for the first down and goal.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Conference championship pressure, they just grind away. Beautiful execution on that methodical drive.
Man, I can't think of a better stage than the conference championship to put together a drive like that. Moving the sticks, executing along the way, avoiding any turnover potential, and coming up with a touchdown. Great job.
And it's caught from inside the 20. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? First down here for this offense. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
To the air, it's York. It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. The Ducks will line up to boot it away. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. Passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And they'll force him out of bounds after a short run.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
So, Kirk, as we've written for the quarter, Oregon has the lead here. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. An inside give now from the shotgun. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
How about this defense today against this run game? Here we are in the fourth quarter. This guy's not gotten over 10 yards rushing. What a great effort collectively by this defense.
The gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, looking deep, and it's caught way downfield inside the 35.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Wolverines have 1st and 10 here. He'll hand it off. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. They'll run this play from the pistol formation. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down. So out comes the field goal unit, one of the biggest moments in this kicker's life. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. And the game now tied here in the final quarter. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the return is brought down by the coverage team. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Ball handed off. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. He finds his man, and he's tackled after the catch.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's 3rd down and 3. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Breaking free at the 35. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Oregon. And they'll claim the 4th quarter lead.
Oh, my. What a great play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. And looking to throw now on first down. Trying to extend the play. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. The pass is intercepted. And he's got some open field ahead. Great move there. And look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Use the running game to chew on this clock now.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Gonna run it. It's Hart. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Big third down play. If they can't get the stop, they have to consider calling a timeout. Send the back in motion. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Receiver makes the grab. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
With this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Boy, is this guy fun to watch or what? Here we are in the fourth quarter, critical down in distances, and this guy is just churning out yards the way he has most of this game, showing a lot of physicality and natural running instincts in space.
Here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here, try to force a field goal attempt. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Pass caught. Can he get in? Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there. And the offense will have a first and goal. First and goal. Late touchdown here would just about secure the victory. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the quarterback will take a knee. Well, that's college football. You're going to have your highs and lows. They had big